Buongiorno a tutti e a tutte. Today's video is going to be in English. Why? Because I believe that the contents are so important that I want to make them accessible to everyone. And I want to make sure that everything that I'm about to say is crystal clear since it affects so many of you. What I'm holding in my hands is a motion which I presented several weeks ago regarding citizenship and citizenship acquisition. I can now add to this motion the signatures of my fellow senators who signed it to support it. As you may know, about a year ago, Minister Tajani, who is the Minister of Foreign Affairs, revised the citizenship law, making it a lot more difficult to pass on Italian citizenship. As far as I'm concerned, the only positive aspect of this reform, for which I very much insisted, was the reopening of terms to reacquire Italian citizenship. What does this mean? This means that until the end of 2027, all those seniors who at one point had lost their Italian citizenship in order to naturalize American, Canadian, etc., can now reacquire it. This is wonderful and something, as I said, that I celebrate. What's the problem? The problem is that these people who in this window are reacquiring their Italian citizenship cannot pass it on to their children or grandchildren. So what am I asking for in this motion? I'm asking the government to allow all those who are currently reacquiring their Italian citizenship in this window that was opened and that will remain open until the end of 2027 to allow them to pass on their Italian citizenship to two generations, to their children and grandchildren. I'm also asking for those people who are Italian citizens but were not born Italian citizens like me to also be able to pass on their citizenship to children and grandchildren. Full disclosure, some colleagues signed this motion due to the personal rapport I have with them. Many others refuse to sign because they simply don't believe in it. They don't believe, and stated very clearly, that children and grandchildren of Italian immigrants should have the right to acquire Italian citizenship. Others stated very clearly that Italy, in their opinion, already has too many citizens and that we really need to limit the number of citizenship acquisitions. It's important that you know, and I cannot stress this enough, and I feel that all of you really need to know this, is that there is zero interest on this issue on the part of Italians. There's indifference, if not a negative reaction to this. I personally believe that if Italians could, right, left, center, all parties, they would actually do away with our right to vote and our right to hold Italian citizenship. I also believe that you have the right to know which parties supported this motion and which did not, who signed and who didn't. I can tell you that I collected signatures from the entire opposition. Who did not sign? Fratelli d'Italia, the leading party, the one who claims to have at heart the rights of Italians abroad, did not sign this motion. Forza Italia did not sign this motion, in my opinion, to protect their minister, Minister Tajani. But the most disappointing of all is that the only senator representing MAIE, Movimento Associativo Italiani all'Estero, who in theory are here to protect the rights, defend the rights, the interests of Italians all over the world, refused to sign this motion. Extremely disappointing. My hope is that with the signatures collected, we can build momentum around this motion. Of course, the ultimate decision as to whether it will be tabled or not rests with the chair of the Senate, Mr. Ignazio La Russa. And so if you support this motion, I would highly invite you to please email the chair of the Senate, Ignazio La Russa, as well as the whip of my party, the Partito Democratico, Francesco Boccia. I thank you all in advance for supporting this motion, and let's work together to have it tabled. A presto.